Hi everyone and welcome to our Monday TNT. It's officially a public holiday today. This is in lieu of the public holiday either for Her Majesty the Queen's birthday on Saturday or the concurrent Visakha Day, which is the most holy of Buddhist holidays. So anyway, today is going to be a public holiday. That probably means that all the banks are closed, all the public services are closed. Banks, however, will probably be open in the shopping centres, and of course most of the shops open in the tourist zones, but otherwise a public holiday for everyone else. Let's get started with some news. I suppose this relates to the public holiday and the ban on Saturday on alcohol. The BangkokPost.com reporting that Move Forward floats lifting booze ban on Buddhist holidays, and key figures in the election-winning Move Forward party have voiced their opposition to the government's ban on alcohol sales on important Buddhist-related holidays, saying it limits freedom. Now, just sort of thinking strategically at the moment, as of course we're waiting for the Senate to get together with all the MPs to vote on the next government, I would have thought this is the sort of thing that would rile some of the very conservative senators. The story goes on to say that an MFP executive used social media to express her opposition to the ban on Saturday, which was Visakha Day, which commemorates the Buddha's birth, enlightenment and death. And Ms. Amarat wrote that she disagreed with the ban on alcoholic drink sales on Buddhism-related days because the country's constitution guarantees freedom of religion, and people of other faiths besides Buddhism live in Thailand. And Buddhism urges people to refrain from alcohol consumption to prevent recklessness and misbehaviour, according to the ban, which exempts liquor sales at duty-free shops at airports. Violators are liable to a jail term of up to 6 months and or a fine of up to 10,000 baht. Now, of course, in practice that doesn't happen, but people are, urged to refrain from drinking alcohol on these Buddha holidays. And a Bangkok Move Forward MP-elect, who earlier proposed a law to end the monopoly in the alcohol drink business, wrote that basing the alcohol sales ban on a religious belief affects a freedom of religion and occupation under the Constitution. But the director of the Stop Drink Network says the measure's intended to limit access to the sources of alcohol sales, not to infringe on the rights of drinkers because you can store your drinks at home. And he dragged out the old line, "No one else complained about this matter. Although Buddhists are not everyone in Thailand, they form 95% of the population. I believe the majority do not have a problem." So these Buddhist holidays and the alcohol bans pop up from time to time. Not sure how tourists really view this. I'd be interested to know in the comments section. Does this bother you? Does it make you refrain from coming to Thailand? Well, I can't imagine it does, but maybe it does for you. Maybe it's a big thing. So tell us in the comments section your attitude towards the alcohol sales on Buddhist holidays, with Thailand predominantly a Buddhist country. Moving on to our next story from Phuket-go.com. And it says the trial of a Canadian murder suspect will be in Bangkok, not Phuket. And a suspect in a Phuket gangland murder recently extradited from Canada will be tried in Bangkok. According to a Phuket news report, the chief of the Phuket Provincial Police says that Matthew Duper will stand trial in Bangkok instead of at Phuket Provincial Court on the island where the crime was committed. Duper, who arrived back in the kingdom on a Thai Air Force plane last Sunday, May the 28th, is currently being held in a Bangkok prison. He's charged with murdering Indian-Canadian gangland figure Jimmy Sandhu, who was gunned down outside his Rawai villa after driving into the villa's driveway and getting out of his car in February 2022. And Duper was escorted back to Thailand on a specially chartered flight under extreme security. Yeah, it looks like the authorities were expecting trouble. The security was very, very intense. I think 30 armed police on the aeroplane, and then even more once he arrived and escorted to the Bangkok jail. And moving on to our next story today, the Nation Thailand, or nationthailand.com, reports rising rates hit lower income home buyers hardest, according to a developer, and rising interest rates are posing a challenge for the real estate market, especially for sales of homes priced below $3 million. And this from a Pruksa real estate spokesperson. Rising rates are leading to higher rejection rates for mortgage requests from banks, especially for houses and condos priced between 1 and 3 million baht. So the real estate industry has gone through a bit of a shakeout over the last year, including the sales of some of the excess stock in popular tourism areas because of the influx, especially Chinese and Russian visitors who have decided they want to try and organise some, alternative accommodation or even a place for them to stay. And Pia said the company's strategy has shifted to focus on horizontal development, with condominiums accounting for, he says, only 20%. Even in the condominium segment, the company is opting for low-rise buildings. He says they provide faster returns on investment compared to high-rise condos that require 2 to 3 years of construction. And he finished by saying if there's another rate hike without new government stimulus measures, it will significantly impact the real estate market. And I'll just throw in my usual caveat or warning that if you do want to look at buying property in Thailand, make sure you get some very good advice. Do a lot of homework over many, many months. Look back over lots and lots of articles on the internet and get a good, qualified Thai conveyancing lawyer on your side. And we should thank 5 Star Marine for their ongoing support of the program. Of course, a big thanks to you as well. And because of that, there's a link in the description of this video, under the video, and it takes you to a 5 Star Marine page where there's a special deal for TNT viewers. So, interested to know what the weather's been like in your part of Thailand. We've had a little bit of a respite over the weekend. I was able to get outside and mow the lawn and do some gardening. We had quite a wet week last week, but interested to know if you've had the start of the wet season in your part of Thailand. I think some people were telling me last week there were still some very high temperatures up in northeastern Thailand. So hopefully you've had a little bit of respite as well, maybe a bit of rain to kick off this year's wet season. Moving to our next story now, and we go to Bangkok. This from ThaiPBSWorld.com. Thousands of LGBTQ plus people join Pride celebrations in Bangkok. And I would say a lot of their supporters as well. Many thousands of Thai and foreign LGBTQ plus people joined Pride celebrations in Bangkok yesterday to celebrate gender diversity and advocate for their freedom and fundamental rights, such as gender recognition, same-sex marriage, and legalisation of sex work and equal social welfare. Officially called Bangkok Pride 2023, the parade kicked off at the Bangkok Art and Culture Centre at the Pathumwan intersection and ended at the Central World Shopping Centre at the Ratcha Prasong area. Their parade represented the 6 themes of this year's event, namely Gender X, My Body, My Choice, Chosen Family, Peace and Earth, Equal Rights to Health and Security. And many politicians also participated in the parade, including the Bangkok governor, the Move Forward Party leader, the Pheu Thai leader, and the Pheu Thai Prime Ministerial candidate Pattongtarn Shinawatra, and the US, Danish and Finnish ambassadors to Thailand also took part for their first time. And the Bangkok governor said, if we can all accept the differences and diversity, I believe that our society will be happier and will become a better place in which to live. Meanwhile, Peter, who's the Move Forward Party's Prime Ministerial candidate, told Thai PBS World that the Move Forward Party aims to legalise marriage equality within 100 days if their coalition becomes the next government. He also said that this year's Pride Parade in Bangkok shows that the capital has the potential to become the first Asian city to host World Pride 2028. And he said it's already on the parliamentary agenda to pass the marriage equality bill. I think we are gathered here today to send that message to the world that love wins, and here in Thailand we view diversity as a strength. We're ready to organise Pride events at an international level. And the US ambassador to Thailand said he was thrilled to join the Bangkok Pride Parade, describing it as very special, colourful, powerful and moving. Just some more coverage. This from nationthailand.com. Thousands joined Bangkok Pride Parade. And it says that tens of thousands of people from around the world joined the Bangkok Pride Parade. And the next paragraph, Pride Month 2023, a worldwide celebration, is currently held each year in the month of June to commemorate the 1969 Stonewall Uprising in Manhattan, New York, when LGBTQ+ individuals faced systemic discrimination and oppression. And some of the video footage from that story came from the YouTube channel of The Standard. And speaking about Move Forward, a story also in Thai PBS World says abandoning Move Forward is a last resort. This from a Pheu Thai spokesperson. And abandoning Move Forward party to form a coalition with the parties in the current Prayut government should be the last resort for Pheu Thai party, according to one of its key leaders. And a Pheu Thai deputy leader called Pumtam said, for the first thing, we should exhaust all the possibilities to form a coalition in accordance with the will of the people. And the third paragraph, speaking to Thai PBS in an interview over the weekend, Pumtam did not dismiss the possibility of senators rejecting Peter as Prime Minister. He said, but they must come up with a good reason why they will not vote for him. Pumtam did not dismiss the possibility of Pheu Thai turning its back on Move Forward and joining hands with parties in the current Prayut government to form a coalition. But he said that would be a very difficult thing to do. It would be the last resort. And down the bottom there, Pumtam insisted that the 8 parties led by Move Forward are committed to forming a coalition together. So it looks like Pheu Thai are just manoeuvring themselves in the media just in case they need an exit strategy and they do throw Move Forward under the bus. I don't think that would be a very popular choice, and I think they'd be punished in the next poll for doing so if they were holding hands with the current Conservative government, who they've been viciously in opposition to over the past 4 or 5 years since the last election. Moving on, and Thai PBS World again. UNESCO recognises 5 creative cities in Thailand. UNESCO has recognised 5 creative cities in Thailand for gastronomy, crafts, folk arts and design, according to a spokesperson for the government. Now, there's already 3 of these UNESCO creative cities around Thailand. Let's check them out. Phuket was first granted the UNESCO Creative City of Gastronomy status in 2015. Then Chiang Mai was recognised by UNESCO for its crafts and folk arts in 2017. And Bangkok was granted the UNESCO Design Status 2019 for its blending of old and modern designs. And here are the new ones. Sukhothai was recognised as a UNESCO Creative City of Crafts and Folk Arts, like Chiang Mai. And Phetchaburi was recognised as a UNESCO Creative City of Gastronomy for its ecological diversity and traditional community recipes. So I think these UNESCO recognitions might look nice on a plaque sitting behind your desk. I'm not sure if the visitors take much notice of them though. I mean, did you suddenly rush to Phuket back in 2015 when it was announced as a international city of gastronomy? I think we all know that Thailand's got pretty good food. I don't think you really needed UNESCO to explain that to you. Tell us in the comments whether UNESCO has driven your tourism choices in the past. Moving on, and Phuket-go.com reporting Phuket reports rapid kickoff for tourism, but a lapse on the way. And Phuket experienced a significant influx of international tourists in the first 5 months of 2023, with over 6 million arrivals. Or more numbers of tourists from the TAT, but at least this article doesn't let them get away with that. Although the Tourism Authority of Thailand's Phuket office describes them as tourists, the number includes all foreign arrivals for whatever reason. So, for example, if you're living in Malaysia and you want to just cross the border to buy a couple of watermelons in Thailand, it takes you 30 minutes and then you head back over the border, you're counted as one of these tourists. According to the TAT, it's time that they started delineating who are real tourists and who are expats, who are other people coming for business or whatever reason. Not all the people arriving in Thailand are tourists. But going back to the article and speaking about Phuket specifically, among them, Russians constituted the largest number of arrivals, followed by Chinese, Indians, Australians and Kazakhs. I think one of the most dynamic things about Phuket tourism over the past 12 months has not only been this sort of blip in the radar with Russian arrivals, but also this rise of Kazakh tourism. And these are real tourists, the middle class of Kazakhstan, obviously enjoying the idea of being able to come to Thailand and enjoy the southern island. As the annual monsoon kicks in, the number of international visitors is expected to decline and has already done so. The TAT forecast a decrease in tourists from Europe, Scandinavia and the Americas during this low season. However, Phuket is anticipated to receive more visitors from short-haul destinations, including India, Middle Eastern countries and Taiwan. Well, India, yes, but Middle Eastern and Taiwanese tourists, I wouldn't call them short-haul destinations. They've both got 5 to 8 hour flights ahead of them. And to attract more tourists from Kazakhstan in the future, the TAT plans to collaborate with hotels, tour agents and others in the hospitality sector in Phuket. They intend to hold more roadshows in the Central Asian country to showcase the island's offerings and allure more visitors. Really, if you'd told me even 3 or 4 years ago that Kazakhstan was going to be in the top 5 countries visiting Phuket, I would have thought you'd been completely mad. Now, this goes back to another story from last week, and we finished today with Coconuts Bangkok. This is from the coconuts.co website. Pets now allowed to pick furniture with you at select IKEA stores. Remember on Friday we were talking about the fact that you can take your pets now to watch movies with you at some movie theatres. Not sure if the pets are really in favour of that, but file this under services you didn't know you need again. If you always felt forlorn you couldn't bring your furry friends to IKEA, and we don't know why you would, well, now you can, starting tomorrow. Days after movie theatre operator Major Group announced that you could take your tiny furballs to select cinemas in Bangkok, IKEA announced via their social media channels that you can take your chonky cat and delightful doggos to shop at a few of their stores in Thailand. IKEA announced via their social media channels that you can take your cats and dogs to shop at a few of their stores at IKEA Bang Na, IKEA Bang Yai and IKEA Phuket. The pet should weigh no more than 15 kilograms. By the way, 15 kilogram pet is a pretty big pet. It's a very, very big cat and, well, a medium-sized dog. They have to be kept in zipped strollers and be under supervision by their owners at all times. That means they aren't allowed to run around the store. Oh, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? And IKEA also noted that their staff aren't equipped for pet sitting services either, so if supervising your pet at the store seems like it'll be too challenging, your companion should probably stay at home. So if you do ask your pet whether they want to go to shop in IKEA with you, the answer would be no. They'd much rather sit on your sofa, sit in the sunshine on your balcony, or go wandering around your garden every single time. They're territorial. They want to stay at home, not go shopping with you at IKEA or watching a film. That's all we have for today's TNT on a public holiday. Hope you have a fantastic rest of Monday. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.